Hello, YouTube people. Welcome to the Star Inari and Friends podcast. Today, you'll never
take good one, Chris.
You'll never guess. I'm joined by Chris and Al, my friends.
Oh shit!
Say hello to the lovely YouTube people.
Yo.
I mean, all five of them that watch.
Hola.
So today, in line with what our last episode was, we did an episode on cereal tier lists. So I thought, why don't we make a tier list based on Pokemon games? Because I think we have some pretty strong opinions about those.
Yes.
So I think without further ado, I think we'll just get started.
God damn.
Alright, so these aren't in order, or at least some of them aren't, but I guess, like, if it's a game that has two versions, I'll just put them together unless we feel like they shouldn't be together.
Nah, like sequels, like Black and White 2?
No. Like, for some reason, like Black and White aren't directly next to each other, they're, like, separate on the list, but I feel like wherever Black is gonna go, White's gonna go.
No, not necessarily, because like there are certain games that I prefer because they have better exclusives.
Okay, then we'll make the argument when we get to them.
Alright.
So the first one on this list is definitely not going to be high on the tier list. At least I don't think.
Wait. Is it only main series? Or
it's almost every Pokemon game. I don't see.
I feel like we should just do main series.
I mean, some of these I feel like should be on the list. But if I read one and we decide we don't want to put it on the list, we don't have to.
Alright.
There's some here I don't think we're going to put on, but okay.
Wait. Do you hear that?
Yeah, what is that?
That's somebody knocking on my door. Let me go see who it is.
Oh.
Hello? Oh, hi, yeah, I thought you were coming today. Yeah? Yeah? Alright, yeah, I'll tell him. Alright, thank you, goodbye. Alright, guys, you will never guess who that just was.
Who was it?
It's our sponsor for this episode.
Oh boy, Chris, do you want to tell our viewers about today's sponsor?
By golly, do I! Our sponsor for this episode is, random shit. Axe body spray.
Wow. Do you
like smelling? Do you like smelling good?
I do.
Two things synonymous. Get all the puss in the world with Axe body spray. It's for you.
We also condone that anybody who's part of, like Dungeons and Dragons, or Magic the Gathering, or Smash Bros. I know maybe you've never heard of, deodorant or cologne or body spray before, but, check it out, alright?
I thought when you said, like, Dungeons and Dragons, you were talking about, like, actual axes.
No.
Anyway, that was a word from our sponsor.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Axe, for coming out and sponsoring this episode.
Yes, thank you so much, Axe, for sponsoring us. I don't know what I'm going to do with all this sponsor money.
Bro.
Probably.
You'd think that we would get a higher budget and,
I know.
take this podcast to the new level. But
I mean, they don't really give us
We can't do that when we keep buying tons of cocaine.
We do not. No.
What? That's where all the sponsors. That's where all my sponsor money is going.
I feel like you shouldn't disclose that to the internet, Chris.
What are they gonna do? Take my cocaine away?
Yeah, probably.
Oh shit! Don't take my coke.
I got this paper shredder.
That's all I have left.
With my sponsor money. It even has a CD shredder for because people own those still.
What? What do you need a CD shredder for?
That's what I decided was a good purchase with the sponsor money we got.
I disagree with you entirely.
No, yeah.
Anyway, now that our sponsor has left us alone,
right? Okay, so
I can't wait for the day. Hopefully, this comes where we actually get sponsored by someone.
We have a real sponsor,
and then nobody believes us.
We can even put a discount code in the comments, and no one's gonna believe it's real.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I also feel like this is a gag that's gonna get dangerous.
No. Well, listen. Until we receive a cease and desist, don't worry about it.
Cease and desist.
Okay.
Hey, stop saying our name on your shitty podcast.
Like 4 people watching, but we still don't want them hearing it.
Our stock went down 5%. Absolutely no longer allowed to say that. Not another moth.
Oh goodness. Okay, so the first game on this list are Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Wait, we're not going in canonical order?
No, this list is random. I could go in canonical order if you want.
Well, I mean, I feel like...
Okay, we'll go in canonical order. Okay, never mind.
I'm just saying.
The first games on the list are Pokemon Red and Blue.
Okay.
So where do you guys think Red and Blue go?
I am going to give this is definitely going to be an unpopular opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It's an A, B, C, D, right?
S, A, B, D, C... Jesus Christ, I can't speak. S through D, and then F, if we decide we need anything in there.
I don't think we'll need anything in F.
I don't think so. Maybe. I think maybe, Chris. I think there might be one thing that goes there, but we'll get there eventually.
Okay.
But I think personally... As much as
like a B.
Yeah, as much as it's the first Pokemon game,
it really shows that it's the first one.
Yeah, it's very bare bones. In comparison to any other Pokemon game, it's just not as great. I feel like its sequel game is better than the original. And for that reason, I think maybe it could even go down to C, because I think Yellow just sort of outshines Red and Blue.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, but I think because of that, I think it belongs in C. I think is probably a good place for it. Because that's not a bad place, but it's just... There are a lot of...
I feel like that's too low. I feel like B is fair.
Yeah?
Fair.
I don't know. Because I mean, it's just so bare bones, and there's no abilities, there's no... I mean, there's one Dragon-type move, and it only does 40 damage. 60 damage.
Yeah, that's where it started.
Right. No, yeah, I mean, it's where it started, but I think in comparison to the other games, you know, if we're removing the fact that it's the first game, if we're just looking at it from a Pokemon game standpoint, it's just not as good as many other games.
Yeah, but it's still, like, all things considered.
You think it still belongs in B?
Yes.
Al, what's your opinion?
Give me a moment, I'm having a moth crisis.
You have a moth in your house?
Mothman's in Al's house.
Oh, shit!
No, not just a moth, I'm having a moth crisis. Hold on.
More than one moth. Oh, jeez.
Is it like a family? Are they harassing each other?
It's Mothman and his son.
Don't ever speak to my son and me or my son ever again.
Mothman's son is throwing a temper tantrum on the floor.
Yeah, we're thinking it might be an infestation.
Oh, jeez.
Or just one really smart moth. Either way, it's a crisis.
Okay. I love how this is the kind of thing that would, like, happen in the middle of, like, a Super Mega podcast as a bit. Except it's really happening.
There's a moth.
Like, somebody would come in the room and be like, there's a moth crisis? There's, like, an infestation in the office? Oh, God. So while we're taking a little break from our Pokemon talk, Chris, what have you been playing today? Have you been playing anything fun?
Okay, I'm back.
Thank you for stopping me from going on this rant. I I don't know if you want to start that conversation.
No. We'll save it for later. Don't worry.
Yeah, it'll turn into a Breath of the Wild podcast.
Oh God.
So Chris says that red and blue belong in B tier. I think they belong in C. Where? What's your placement? What's your headspace thinking?
Red and blue.
Yeah.
And those
sounds good.
Yeah.
C
What'd you say?
Good. C sounds good. For red and blue.
Really? All right, so let's see. I'm outnumbered.
All right. So there's red and blue.
Yeah, and then also that's one of those games where I feel like red and blue are like there's not really that big of a difference. The only difference is like I'm pretty sure Vulpix and Arcanine and Psyduck is I know.
Yeah, and then there's
Electabuzz and Magmar.
Yeah, and I mean you can still get Weedle and Caterpie though. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's just one of them is just easier to get. They're both easier to get in the other game.
Right.
Same thing with Nido King and Nido Queen, because I know Nidoran is like 95% red, and then like 5% blue, and then vice versa for Nidoran girl.
So even if it's hard, it's still possible.
Yeah.
All right. So what?
But I think I was saying I love Kanto and all, but I think for red and blue, I think C is a safe spot.
Yeah. Oh, and green.
Yeah. I'll agree with. Well, I mean, green isn't even really. It's official, but it's like it's literally the same thing.
Yeah, no, because I just saw it was in the list, so I moved it up with where red and blue are, put them in order.
Yeah.
Because it's the same game. It's just Japan got green and we didn't.
And then
no, Japan got blue, right?
No,
Japan, you're talking about original.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll take back my B. I think C is fair.
Yeah. Okay.
Green and fire red, however, is B.
Oh no, we're not there yet. We're going in order today.
Okay.
We're being. Okay, so next is yellow. I definitely think yellow belongs above C tier.
I have to play yellow.
It's I just think it's a better game.
I have a personal bias.
Okay.
I mean, the third game is always the better. Like, the most.
I mean, well, they have more. It has more content, but
yeah.
Right.
Even still, like, I feel like yellow had like barely more content.
That's true. I mean,
and a personal thing. I fucking hate Pikachu, and having to start with a Pikachu that's not even better than normal Pikachus, and you can't evolve it, is literally useless to me.
No, yeah. So where do you think yellow goes? You think it goes in C as well?
I'd put it in D.
Oh.
It's the only third installment game that I think is significantly worse.
But I mean,
because I feel like it was useless to me. It didn't need to be a thing.
But you get all three starters in that game as like part of the story. You could box Pikachu as soon as you get more Pokemon in that game.
Yeah, but then at that point, just fucking play the other games.
I guess that's true. I think it kind of just belongs in C, maybe. Along with red and blue. I don't know. What do you think, Al?
Oh, again, I never played.
Oh, okay.
Yellow, so...
I mean...
I guess I'll just have to assume it's, like... just as good. I'll have to just... I don't know, the fact that you can get all three starters, I definitely would have, like, raved about that as a kid.
Oh, so. I think that was what I liked so much about it as a kid, is because, you know, you're watching the Pokemon anime, and then, you know, Ash has all three starters, and then you can have all three starters, and Pikachu, just like Ash. And I thought that, like, as a kid, that was cool to me, you know?
Yeah.
And I think even now, like, as much as, like, maybe I don't care anymore, but at the time, I thought it was the coolest fucking thing ever.
Yeah.
Because I remember I caught every Pokemon that Ash did and nothing else. Because I just thought it was so cool. I thought it was so fun. And, like, I don't know. But I still don't think that, like, me getting to live, like, to play a game where I got to have the same Pokemon as Ash wasn't, like... It didn't make the game monumentally better, I don't think. So I don't know. I think it can go right in C tier with the others. Does anybody?
I think, like, I don't know. We're not doing high and low, right? So like,
yeah.
I feel like in that it would be like high C if we were, but
yeah. I think C. I think it's good in C because it's not like platinum in comparison to Diamond and Pearl. You know, it's. I think it's just about the same.
Yeah, it's entirely too similar to give it any like points for like creativity or anything.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna put it in C. All right. And let me see. They are not. Okay. So we are on to Gold and Silver.
Those are good games.
Yes.
Never finished the color version, but I beat the DS version.
Ooh. I mean, Gold was my first Pokemon game, and then I got Yellow like a couple of weeks later, but I have some strong personal bias there.
For me,
Yeah, that makes sense.
because I played Gold and Silver recently, and Crystal.
Yeah.
So I would I'd give those both a B, honestly.
Yeah.
I think they're much better, and obviously it has my favorite starter.
Right.
So.
And it has my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Al, do you disagree with B?
No, I don't disagree with B. B isn't as good.
And then I feel like Crystal is the same way, because it's not really that different of a game, honestly.
Yeah, it's not super different, but I still think Crystal is my favorite, possibly my favorite Pokemon game. I think. And that might just be nostalgia-based. Actually, I'm almost 100% sure that's nostalgia-based, but still. I still think it's not much different than the other games. But I definitely think that they're definitely above Red and Blue just because there's 2 regions in Gold and Silver, and that's automatically better.
Alright.
Okay, so do I have anything here? I don't think so. Alright, so onward to Ruby and Sapphire.
Okay, let me get all smashed so I can focus on this conversation.
Right, Ruby and Sapphire? Is there anything that's a spin-off? No, I don't think so. Okay, so Ruby and Sapphire are next.
I want to say, at least I wanted to a few years ago, say that Ruby and Sapphire was the GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
But cause I like a lot of the designs of the Pokemon there. Like they also have cool, like Kyogre, Ronaldo, Absol.
I think Gen 3 definitely has the best design wise.
One of the best.
I think it's easily my favorite generation. But the games were, I mean, I'd put them on the same. I'd put them in B too, honestly.
Yeah, they're about B.
Because going back through and playing them again, like they're fun, and I'm doing a playthrough of it now.
Yeah,
and it's fun, and I'm really enjoying it. But it's also like there are a bunch of things that are just sort of like annoying about it.
Right.
So,
like what? Actually, I want to.
Like, there's like the time, like they got rid of the day-night cycle.
Yeah.
Which the night cycle?
Yeah, they got rid of the day and night cycle.
What is that?
It goes from daytime to nighttime.
Oh, I don't know why I was thinking of like bicycle. Like there was like a day. When you said cycle, I was thinking of bicycle, and I thought it was like there was like there's a daytime bicycle theme and a nighttime bicycle theme. And I was like, they got rid of the night cycle. Wait, there was a. Anyway.
Well.
Okay.
I think that was one of the coolest things they added to Gen 2 was there was day and night, and that was really interesting and different.
Because it was like, okay, like now it gives you incentive to mess around with certain like days. Like, oh, I want this Pokemon, I got to go here at night, or like certain Pokemon are super common, and
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it added more dynamic.
Stuff like Umbreon.
Yeah, and then they just took it away, which is sort of like. I feel like it was a generation where they didn't add anything new.
Yeah. I mean,
It was just like obviously they just added a bunch of new Pokemon.
they added double battles, but like,
Yeah, which I mean I appreciate, and I think double battles are really fun.
Yeah.
And, like it's a fun dynamic.
yeah,
But it's like realistically, what else did they add of substance?
right. They added. I think the only things I can think of that they added in Gen 3 were double battles, the Pokemon contest. Even though I think
But nobody likes the Pokemon.
I think
contest.
I would rather throw up in my mouth than do that.
And the Pokemon contest has been done better in other games.
Right, in later games, Pokemon contest is actually fun, and it made me want to get a ribbon so I could get another star on my trainer card in later games.
Yeah, it's. I'd say it's a B.
Yeah.
But Ruby and Sapphire are a B.
Yeah.
But I will say that I think Emerald is at least an A.
No, yeah, I 100%
I think
agree.
Emerald is much better.
Absolutely.
I think Emerald is the first third game that's significantly better.
Yeah, that legitimately not only improved, but did some really impressive things, at least in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think Emerald is a great game. Not S-tier material, but a great game.
Yeah, I never played Emerald either, but it was like, I had a big gap. I missed a lot of games. But
that's okay. Don't worry about it.
I know Battlefield 2 was pretty lit. I heard it was pretty lit.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing that I forgot to say. They added the Battle Frontier in Gen 3, but But that was in Emerald specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean that was cool. I mean, not something that I think I did more than once, you know. Like maybe I did it on my first playthrough and then that was it. You know, like if I play the game again, I'm not going to do that. Like
Another thing that I really didn't like about Gen 3 that I realized through playing it through recently.
Yeah.
You need to use so many HMs to get around.
Oh god, it's especially in Gen 3.
Oh yeah.
So you needed like an Omega HM slate then.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's not as bad as the next game that we're going to be talking about.
yeah.
Because that's the term HM slave. I'm pretty sure came from that game.
Oh no, we're taking a short break from mainline games because we have two games to talk about that are pretty.
Oh yeah, because when the GameCube was
that are pretty great actually, at least in my head. Have we finished up our discussion on Gen 3? Are we good? Anybody have anything to add about Emerald?
I will say, if I had to pick one that goes above, I think I prefer Sapphire overall.
Yeah.
I think I like Groudon as a legendary better, but I think the exclusives you get from Sapphire.
Yeah. But
so I think
I like Groudon as a starter too.
I meant legendary,
but I mean, I just don't.
I would definitely say I prefer Sapphire as a game because you get like Sableye, Ludicolo, and stuff like that.
Right.
So.
Well, I mean, I just don't think it's
for exclusive sake.
Right, but I just don't think it's enough to put it higher up. I think it still stays in B.
Yeah. Like if we were putting it from like highs and.
Right. Yeah. All right. Al, you have anything to add about Emerald or Gen 3 in general?
Gen 3. Yeah, Tyranitar. That's not from Gen 3.
Gen 2, you were close. You're thinking of your Gen 3 dragon would be Salamence or Flagon, I guess. But
Tyranitar ain't even dragon though.
Yeah, I mean he looks like a dragon though.
He does. Doesn't his Mega evolve?
I know. I think he's like ground, maybe dark. I forget. I don't know.
No, it's still Dark Rock.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I was close. See.
That was
I also think that it's weird that Generation 3 got 2 Suedos.
Yeah. I mean, it was the beginning of them starting to put a lot of stronger Pokemon out there.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I'm not going to argue with. They're pretty cool, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, we got a lot of really great Pokemon that are still great to this day in Gen 3. We got Milotic, we got Salamence, we have Flygon, you got Metagross. Pokemon that are, like, used in top-tier competitive play to this day, you know?
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me none.
I feel like you can use, like, any Pokemon in competitive play.
Oh, I mean, what was it, 2015, where the Pokemon Worlds was won by a guy using a Pachirisu, so I believe in anything. Yeah. Oh, it was one of the...
Him using Nuzzle.
Yeah, it was one of the most impressive things I've ever watched.
I think you beat out a guy with, like, a Mega Garchomp.
Yes. I thought it was Gen 5 when they were doing it, but it could have been later on that he won, too.
I think it was Gen 6, because that's when they introduced Fairy.
Oh, okay. I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure that, yeah, because he used a regular Pachirisu isn't going to do shit against a fucking, what's it called, a Garchomp, unless it has a Fairy type move.
I thought it was in 2015 or 2014, though, because it was before Gen 6. I swore it was in, like, Black and White or Black 2 and White 2. Because that's why it was so impressive that he won. Okay, never mind. We're going to move forward. Pokemon Coliseum. Have you played it? You should. It's amazing. Oh, God. It's so good.
Maybe I did. I didn't play it.
I've played it. I never finished it. Didn't really. Same thing with Gale of Darkness.
Uh-huh.
I didn't care.
I mean, Coliseum has the cooler looking protagonist.
That's one of the things I hated the characters in those games.
Did you?
Yeah. Because, like, they looked... I know you're gonna hate this. They looked super Kingdom Heartsy, and I fucking hate that.
Oh, okay. The main character from XD Gale of Darkness, the kid with, like, the orange spiky hair and the yellow shirt, ugly as heck. Hate him. I think his shirt was yellow. Maybe it's not. I don't remember. But ugly as heck, way too, like, grossly anime looking, like, not cool. The main character from Coliseum, though, with his, like the long blue jacket with the red lines on it, and he had, like, the one-wheeled motorcycle. I mean, it's pretty dang cool. And, like, the game opens up with him blowing up at, like an evil team base. And he, like, escapes out with his Umbreon and his Espeon in, like, the sidecar. It was awesome. I remember playing that as a kid, and literally, like, my mind was blown that that's how the game starts. So cool.
Yeah, I think I saw XD and I was like, Mom, we'll make that game. And she was like, she did that that she delays for 6 years and then hopes you forget about it. And then, like, 10 out of 10 times you do forget about it. Because after 9 years, better things come out, and then I have a job, and then I make my own money by things myself.
But then XD has Shadow Lugia, which is pretty damn cool.
Yeah, I saw YouTube videos while the game was new, and I would just eat ice cream and cry because I couldn't play the game.
But since you guys haven't played it, maybe we just shouldn't put it on the list, because I'm the only person who has, and I feel like that would be stupid.
Okay.
I mean, I'd put it in, like, A tier, but whatever. Oh, okay. Onward to Gen 4, I guess?
Woo!
Oh, yes. Whew. Alright, Diamond and Pearl, are you ready?
Yeah, one of the litter themes.
Oh, yes. Where do you think Diamond and Pearl goes on this list?
A
Now.
tier.
Ooh,
At least.
Chris has something to say, I can tell.
I'm gonna say A tier, obviously. However,
Yeah.
I do think that there are pretty strong arguments that could be made to say that it's B tier.
Yeah, I mean, I think the strongest argument against Diamond and Pearl is...
It is so slow.
Yep, You finished my sentence for me. Oh my god.
It's like almost unbearably slow.
No, yeah, absolutely.
And it really is a shame.
I love Sinnoh because, especially in Diamond and Pearl, like after you beat the game, there are just so many things that are like, oh, whoa, I found a random legendary Pokemon in this cave, or oh, there's a legendary Pokemon in this random ruin that I was exploring that I accidentally found. And it's like, or Stark Mountain, where you get to the center and like Heatran's just sitting there. Like, there's so many things like that in that game. And, like, it makes you appreciate how much, like, how much work went into that when some of the newer games don't have anything like that, you know?
Yeah. And
I think even though it's slow, just because of stuff like that, I think it belongs in A. I mean, like, if everybody else was like, oh, it needs to be in B, I wouldn't fight, but, like, I just think it's so cool. And especially because there's not a lot of lore surrounding a lot of those Pokemon either. You know? Like, they're just there, and you're like, oh my god, what is this thing? That sense of mystery, like, I don't feel like it exists anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what made Diamond and Pearl, dude.
Absolutely.
Alright, now that I say, I think it's A.
Yeah.
But I would understand if somebody put it in B.
Yeah.
However, if we're talking about Platinum, I would probably put an S. Yes.
Oh yeah, no. I think the distorted world on its own, that one part can put this game in S. Absolutely. So freaking cool. The scene where he comes up out of the shadows and just takes...
Just Giratina. Oh, fucking easily my favorite legendary.
What a cool Pokemon. First one to be an S tier. Absolutely.
Edgelord legendary. Bro.
Oh my gosh.
I love that picture of Arceus being placed. I wish I never created Tina's like, fucking then take me out, pussy. Get rid of me. Do something about it, pussy. It's just like, because you know that's exactly how it is.
No, yeah.
Fucking do something about me.
Do you want to talk about the Ranger games, or do you not care?
I don't care.
Alright, that's fine. I mean, they're here.
Yeah, good plot.
The Ranger games had some fun plot, and the mechanics were fun, and they were a lot of fun to play.
The part I hate the most about the Ranger games, is I hate wasting my time trying to catch Pokemon. That when I use them once, they're just like, all right, see ya.
Well, that's what the later games ended up fixing, because the original game absolutely had that problem. And then Shadows of Omnia had, like, you had specific Pokemon that were yours that you got, besides the one that you used the capture stylus to catch. And, like, that was super cool. And then Guardian Signs had, like, you draw a sign on the bottom of the screen and summon Pokemon. Like, there was a sign for Raikou, it was cool. And, like, those were Pokemon you could use whenever.
There were certain aspects where I was like, I hate the idea of you need to catch the you need to fucking quote-unquote catch the 3 Reggies so you can get Regigigas, so you can use it once to catch another Pokemon.
Yeah.
And it's just like, fucking, come on. It was a waste of my goddamn time.
I still thought they were fun games, even if they were a little weird.
Yeah, they were fun, it's just, I don't give a fuck.
We're not going to put them on the list, but, you know, they're there, we talked about them. I just realized we didn't do Fire Red and Leaf Green, so let's do that.
Oh yeah, Fire Red and Leaf Green would be an A, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that.
Wait, where do we put red and blue?
They're in C.
Oh, well then, maybe not A.
Okay, B. B is reasonable.
Yeah, B, I think.
Alright. Okay.
But like, yeah, Kanto was...
I don't have a huge complaint with that. As much as I had a lot of fun playing Fire Red and Leaf Green, like, I wouldn't say they're the best Pokemon game ever made. They're still really great, but, you know, the fact that, you know, it's a Gen 3 game and I can't evolve my Golbat into a Crobat makes me really angry.
Yeah, that fucking bothered the shit out of me.
Like there's evolutions
Just
that
make it, you fucking just make it a thing.
they exist, and then you
It's
beat
in the Pokédex.
you beat the Elite Four, and then you go to the Sevi Islands, and then it can evolve. And by then, it's probably already like level 90. Like, what the heck?
It's a pain in the ass.
Yes, absolutely. So now that we've talked about a Gen 1 remake, we have a quite wonderful game. The Gen 2 remakes, Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
S.
S. I think we can all agree that they belong in S.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, what wonderful game!
That was such a great experience.
I
think to this day,
yeah.
I feel like I haven't had a better experience with a Pokemon game.
I don't know if I would go that far.
I can't think of another game that I enjoyed nearly as thoroughly
As Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
As Heart Gold and Soul Silver, yeah.
I enjoyed Platinum more, but they were both great.
I'm probably just biased because my favorite Pokemon is my starter in those games.
Yeah. I mean, that's...
But then also because you can walk around with them.
Oh, it was the best! And
it's just like, I feel like everything Platinum does that of Heart Gold and Soul Silver does...
Like, better?
Not even better, but it does other stuff that Platinum doesn't do.
Right, no, yeah, of course.
And then there are some things that it does, because even, Platinum is certainly faster than,
Diamond and Pearl, but it's still slow.
But that's not saying much.
No, I'm pretty sure a turtle is faster than Diamond and Pearl.
A dead turtle is faster than fucking Diamond and Pearl.
Oh, gosh.
It's a shame how painfully fucking slow that game is.
Oh, yeah. It's a travesty. I think one of another, just because we just mentioned it for Fire Red, but one of the best things is they added so many evolutions, especially in Gen 4, for some Gen 2 Pokemon and Gen 1 Pokemon, and they work in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Like, if your Pokemon is gonna evolve, it evolves. Like, they don't, lock it for no reason. It's just nice, It's like, oh, here's this Togepi that you get for some reason at the beginning of the game. Now it can become a Togekiss. Like, heck yeah.
Now it's finally useful.
Yeah, like Togekiss
There's
was
finally
always
a reason
terrible.
to give a shit.
Yeah. Oh, it's just a great game. Definitely belongs in S tier. Okay. Is that everything from Gen 4? I think so, right?
I believe so, yeah.
I mean, there's My Pokemon Ranch, which I loved a lot as a kid, but it's just a Pokemon bank, pretty much.
Yeah, I never even played it.
I spent like $12 on it with my parents' credit card when I was in 6th grade, and I remember getting in a lot of trouble. Okay, Black and White. Oh boy. Whew.
Don't even get me started.
Oh my goodness.
On Black and White.
Why?
In
a good way or a bad way?
Okay, in a good way and also a bad way.
I love Black and White.
I love Black and White. I think Black and White is easily the best story in a Pokemon game.
Absolutely.
I think it's got the strongest story, the strongest characters by a long shot.
Absolutely. Your rivals aren't just named something. They're actual characters with personalities that aren't just smell you later, even though I miss that now because the new rivals are the worst. But,
but there's you've got Bianca, who's a bubbly, just I'm just doing my best, and then you've got Charon, who's just so eager to prove himself.
Yeah.
And it's they're very it's very clear what their motivations are.
Right.
It's not too complex, but it's also, it's not just they're just doing it for the sake of doing it.
Right, they're not here to be my rival,
Yeah, they're also, I feel like they're the perfect combination of a helpful rival who's helpful to you to an extent.
Right. Where they
they're not gonna they'll heal your Pokemon after they battle you.
Right.
But, like, if you're not, like, they're not just gonna fucking, like, lay down and fucking let you just beat the shit out of them.
Like another certain character.
Who we'll get to, don't worry.
Oh, yes. I can't wait to rip that certain character apart.
Okay. Yeah, but then, like, all the, like, the gym leaders actually feel like important people.
Right,
like,
they seem to have a role.
Yeah, they feel like people who are genuine, like, because, like, in all the other games, people are always like, oh, yeah, they're really good trainers, everybody really respects them. But nobody fucking does it, they don't do anything. And it's just like, yo, Team Rocket's stealing everybody's Pokemon, and then Misty's just like, yeah, but I want to swim. Like,
I want to stand here and do nothing.
Yeah, I don't even know the girl from the fucking grass gym in the game, where the fucking old dude is perving outside of her fucking outside of her gym. You're like, this gym's filled with young ladies. It's awesome.
And another thing that I really like about Black and White is, even though, you know, like, the rivals are very clear cut. It's like, you know, Charon is like eager to prove, and he's smart, and he's very confident in how smart he is, and like it's a person you can see being real, but like they have two dimensions to them, and like when he gets defeated, he questions himself, you know.
Yeah.
Or Bianca, who's just happy-go-lucky and bubbly and like just seems to not have a care in the world, but when you get to they're both trying
to prove themselves, but they're both trying to prove themselves for different reasons.
Right, and when you get to the 4th gym city and Bianca's dad shows up and he's like, you're not allowed to be here to be a Pokemon trainer, you have to come home. And she like tries to prove herself, you know, like, and she proves that she should be a Pokemon trainer. And it's like, it's just such small things that Pokemon did in those games that just make not only the characters but the entire game feel more alive.
Like, I mean, this might be an unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
Might be my favorite soundtrack.
Oh, yes. I don't think that's something anybody will argue with you with. Gen 5 has some of the most, like, it's the most concentrated amount of bangers in all of Pokemon. Just so good.
An Unwavering Heart is one of the, oh my god.
That I can put that song on and fall asleep to it while crying, and you wake up feeling good somehow.
Driftvale City.
Driftvale City.
Oh my god, bro! Driftvale City. Bro, I'm hearing it in my head right now.
Oh, I think we all did. Like, and then what is it? Route 10 or Route 11?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Or even, okay, it's like the littlest things in Black and White. You know how...
And as a character.
And as a character.
Gets this as a character.
Oh my god. Or even, like, it's the tiniest detail, but in, I think it's Route 4 or 5, when you're going through the desert leaving Castelia City, and there's a freeway with real cars on it.
Yeah.
And, like, it feels like a lived-in world. It doesn't feel fake.
Also, I might be a little biased, but the fact that it's based around New York,
it's actually based around, like, the eastern part of America, but mostly New York. Yeah. I read about this the other day. Like, there's certain states and cities that are, like, pinpointed on a map that I saw the other day. It's like, this is what this city's based off of. I was like, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I would do an entire podcast about Black and White. Like, it's so good.
However, while we're on the topic of Black and White, back to what I was saying at the beginning, because I kind of cut myself off by talking about what I love about the game.
We're back. I'm an idiot. Okay, we're back. So we were talking about Getsis. So are we going to put Black and White in S tier? After our very long discussion about it.
I'd vote S.
And the cherry on top is that it's the only game in the series that has the low health music, and the low health music is a jam.
It is a fucking bop.
And it also gives me anxiety, but it's a jam. Oh my god, I completely forgot. The song that plays when the gym leader only has one Pokemon left.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Oh my god.
I forgot how that goes, actually.
Oh my god.
It's super intense.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, goodness. It's one of those songs where you're like, woo! So are we gonna put this thing in S tier? I think we've talked enough about it.
Yeah, it's an S tier.
Okay. Yay! Now, Black 2 and White 2. Where are we putting those?
I liked how it was a continuation.
It was a sequel, and it also, like, it opened up, like, the left side of the map that didn't have anything there in the original game, and it added a ton of different cities that were never there.
Yeah.
And it was, like, new gyms, new gym leaders, like, even later in the game there were new cities. Like, I think that's really cool. Like,
you know what? I think I'd give it an S tier, too.
Yeah, I think it's just... And the evil team, even though it's technically the same evil team, it's like a completely separate evil team.
Yeah, but there's something about them being, like... I like the way they look much better in this game.
Oh, yeah, they're like ninja pirates. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah. I have to replay Black and White 2. I don't know.
Black 2 and White 2 is a really fun game.
Yeah.
And, like, the way that the region changes as you play, because, you know, they finally have Kyurem and they start freezing stuff over. It's really interesting. Like, they somehow took Black and White and pulled out more stops, and I just think that's really fucking cool.
Oh, yeah, and Colress.
Yeah, Colress.
Oh, yeah, Colress was really fucking cool.
Oh, and his battle theme is like a techno freaking bop. What the heck? Oh gosh. And then Iris's theme when because as champion in Black 2 White 2 is another bop. Just a really fun game. Okay, we're putting it in S. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Just putting it there. All right. So Gen 5 didn't have a spin-off or a sequel.
Well, it did have a sequel.
Well, no, sorry. I mean a remake, I meant. Sorry. So I guess we're moving on to the next generation. X and Y.
Yeah.
Ooh, we got a lot to talk about here.
D.
Oh. D?
D.
Now.
Yeah.
Okay.
It pains me to say it because it has some of my favorite Pokemon in like those, because like it has my favorite fossil.
Mm-hmm.
It has. That's basically it.
I'm not gonna be the odd one out, but I'm just gonna be a voice of a slightly different opinion. I don't think it belongs in D. I think it can be in C, and I have a few reasons.
Let's hear them.
So, as much as I know Mega Evolution is either like a love it or hate it type of thing, I think it's still really cool.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
I think it's pretty cool, and some of the Mega Evolutions are really awesome, and it introduced a thing that was like, let's make these Pokemon not only relevant but competitively viable. And did Charizard deserve 2 Mega Evolutions? Fuck no, Charizard's the worst. But I also think that something that X and Y has that later Pokemon games do not is a lot of the town themes and the route themes are generally like genuinely memorable. Whereas the following wait.
I can't remember a single one. I can't remember a single one. I'm sorry.
I'll shut that down really quick.
I have not remembered a single thing.
Nope.
And
He was like, nope.
no, because honestly, as somebody who likes video game music almost exclusively compared to like actual music, like there are songs in that game that I can genuinely say like get my head bopping. Like the Team Flare battle theme is a jam, and nobody can deny that.
Okay, first of all,
like,
I can deny that because everything about Team Flare is awful.
Okay, they are awful, but their battle theme is a jam. I don't care about them.
Awful.
No, Chris.
I wish I remembered, but I beat the game so fast and it was so easy that I can't remember anything.
I think I'm gonna have to agree with Al. And like, I just realized that I said that and make it sound like me and Al never agree on anything. But I agree. I agree with Al. Like, I think it's a D.
I mean,
in my opinion, it's easily the worst out of the main series.
I can't agree with that. I think the next generation we're going to talk about belongs in D, and this game does not. I think I genuinely enjoyed this game, and I did not feel tired out when I played it, and I was able to finish it. I didn't
feel tired out because I beat it so fucking quickly.
I can't say that
I beat it so quick. I was still amped up. I was like, all right, what's next? Oh wait, that's it.
Well, okay.
Yeah, and then all was next was to find the legendary birds in the wild, and I was just like, nah, I'm done. I've called those guys way too many times.
Nah, fam, I'm good.
The problem with me is everybody complained that game was too short, and the way I play Pokemon, I've never spent less than like 50 hours playing a Pokemon game, ever. But that's because I'm crazy, and I know that. But, like, okay, I set up level goals for myself that I level my entire team up to before I do, like, certain story things. And generally, that is, level 20 for the first gym, and then for every consecutive gym after that, I go up 10 levels before I fight the gym battle. I don't know why I like playing like that. I wish I could stop, but it's the only way I like to play. I don't know.
Let me tell you something interesting about X and Y.
Yeah?
It's the only game you don't have to go out of your way to do that.
I did.
Because it's
I had to. I had to. Listen, I caught in order to...
Speaking of getting to a super high level, moving on, did I ever tell you the story about how all of my Pokemon were fully evolved by the time I was at the second gym?
Listen,
I believe it.
But so were mine, but that's normal for me.
I had a level 40 Chestnut and Blastoise at the second gym.
Well, that's because there's that giant gap in between the first and second gym.
Barreled through that game. To the point where the only reason I didn't beat it in one day is because I was like, alright, I think we're going to take a break, and I started playing Black and White. Yo.
It's just, like I understand the complaint about it being fast, but I don't think the game, I
don't even think that it's fast. It's just, it's fucking, I don't want to say boring, but it's fucking boring.
Well, listen, I don't think X and Y is boring. I can't say that.
Like, I can't tell you a single character.
The next gen... No.
The only part I remember from that game is one of the girls who's with you. The one with, like, the pigtails and, like, the short shorts.
Yeah.
She's, like, super into you.
Yeah. And then you watch the fireworks. And you watch the fireworks together. It's so heartwarming. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, it's heartwarming for everybody else. I was just sitting there like, yo, like, you could, like, fuck right now. I know there's a Pokemon. I know we're like 12, but fuck.
Okay, but I just like the next generation we're going to talk about. I think is the least amount of fun I've ever had playing a Pokemon game, and
that's why I playing after the first rival battle.
And I honestly. Still, to this day, I'm on Victory Road, and every time I pick it up, I open it, I play for 5 minutes, and I turn the game off. I can't stand it. But X and Y, I could go back and play again right now, no problem. The only reason I've gone back to play it, X and Y, is because I like to have a team for every single starter. And that's literally the last time I played it. As soon as I got Greninja's team, which I fucking hate Greninja, by the way. As soon as I got that, I was like, alright, I'm done. And then I stopped playing. I haven't touched... I think I might trade it in. I haven't touched the game since. I never trade in games. I think that's a scam. I hate that. I love collecting. But that might be because I'm, like, partially a hoarder. But whatever. I don't know.
I gotta put it in D.
Like, there's still something nostalgic and enjoyable about X and Y that I can't say with other games. And that's the only reason, like, I enjoyed it, and I still, to this day, can say I enjoyed it. And I played X recently because I only had Y, and originally only had Y version, and I really liked it still. And it's that first jump to 3D that Pokemon had, and it was a great jump to 3D.
Here's what I will say about it.
Yeah.
it's the only game that didn't get a third installment.
It should have got one. It needed one.
Yeah, but it never got one.
Because Pokemon Company's stupid and they made the worst remakes ever afterwards.
That's not true.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about the recent one. My brain blocked it out of memory. Fine, I'll put it in D tier. Make you guys happy.
You're not making us happy. It's not like we're fucking ecstatic. Like,
you're so happy, Chris.
Yeah.
Stop being so happy about it.
Can I get a hell yeah?
Alright, so we're moving on to a game I don't like. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Never played it.
Let's go. Chris?
You've never played it?
You didn't play it? You didn't play it? At least I bought it and played it. Jeez.
I wouldn't say I loved it or anything, but I fucking played it.
So
it's not better than the original.
No.
I'm getting fucked up by these Lizalofs right now.
Lizalofs?
Lizalfos, you mean?
Whatever, fuck them.
Alright, so here's the problem that happens with Omega Ruby. That game, I don't know whose idea this was. Like, I don't know what Nintendo was smoking. I don't know why they thought this was a good idea. It came out the same day as Smash Bros. For Wii U.
That's why I didn't get it.
And, I mean, I got both. Like, I got Smash for Wii U a few hours before it came out because Amazon accidentally delivered it to me at like 8 o'clock that night, the night before it came out, which, I mean, thanks Amazon. You weren't supposed to, but thank you anyway. But I still to this day think that was the happiest moment of my life. I
believe it.
I mean, maybe one day something will top that. If Mother 3 comes out, that day will top it. Otherwise, nothing will top it. Okay, so immediately the game sat in the plastic in my room on my shelf for a good 2 or 3 months. Because Smash Bros. Came out, and I mean, it was kind of a no-brainer. What was I going to pick? Smash Bros? Smash Bros.
Right.
And then I played it, and I was really excited to play it. Before it came out, I was really excited to play it. When it came out, I was really excited to play it. 4 or 5 gyms in, I was excited to play it. And then after I got 4 or 5 gym battles in, I took it out of my 3DS, and it didn't go back in my 3DS for probably 2 years. And I had no desire to play it again. Eventually, we took a drive all the way to Florida. My parents made me drive the entire way there. For a small portion of the way back, my dad took over the wheel for some reason. I guess he was angry. Who knows? I don't remember. But I had my 3DS, and I had my little, the little rectangle boxes that you have that hold DS and 3DS cartridges.
Yeah.
So I had those in my bag. I had a couple of them, and they just had whatever games in them. I hadn't even checked. I open one of them up, Omega Ruby's in there, and I think to myself, I didn't finish this game. I should finish this game. So, now I'm on a nice long car ride, great time to finish the game. So I sit there, and I legitimately turned the game off, closed my 3DS, and put it to the side probably 6 times in that portion of the time where I wasn't driving and I was playing, because it was so painful to play through the rest of that game. I don't know what it was, but it was legitimately the closest thing to torture to play that game. I got to the Elite Four, I beat Steven, and I turned the game off, and I have never played it since.
Dude, honestly, I think after X and Y, I got tired of Pokemon on, the this limited portable console that just had like these wacky graphics.
It wasn't even that I was tired of Pokemon, because I really enjoyed X and Y. But something about Omega Ruby was legitimately like you know when you're like near a dumpster and it just smells like garbage, and it sort of tastes like garbage in the air.
Are we comparing Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire to trash right now?
That was the emotion that I had every time I played that game.
I am going to go out on a limb and say we may be overreacting here.
No.
Fellas, I'm going to call the chief, and I think he's going to admit this ain't it.
Listen, I'm not saying it belongs in F tier. I'm not even. Listen,
that's not true.
I'm not saying it goes in.
That's not true.
Listen, I'm not saying it goes in F tier. I'm not even saying it belongs in D tier. But I'm definitely saying that I fucking hated it.
Alright, here's what I will say. I think it's a C.
Yeah, that's about where I would put it. It's below the originals, but it's not in D tier.
Yeah, because I look back like I love Swampert. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
I think he looked better in the originals.
he did. They made him look weird, like gangly. It might be the right word. Like just weird. I don't know.
Oh, I'd have to see it. I never saw DS Swampert.
And
but even in DS, I didn't like him in when he turned into 3D. I don't like his.
His 3D model's weird. A lot of Pokemon look kind of funny in 3D model form. Some of them look great, but some of them look funny. Okay, I'm gonna just say this. Mega Salamence looks like a croissant, and why? Why?
Yeah, I don't like Mega Salamence.
Salamence is a cool Pokemon. Why does he turn into a croissant?
They were trying to do they were trying to pull like a Picasso and go make something like ahead of its time or something like that. And they just created a UFO.
They created a fucking croissant.
Yeah.
Oh, you almost made me drop my croissant.
Are you gonna finish that crest?
But okay, so for some reason the other day I was thinking about this, and I mean this. I go, after I finished finished the main part of Omega Ruby, I was like, that Delta episode happened, and I never played it, and allegedly that's where everybody says that's like the best part of the game.
That is the best part of the game.
So I looked it up on YouTube and watched it, and I was like, that's kind of cool. I don't think it salvages the game, but it's cool. And then probably 2 weeks ago, I was like, you know what? I never finished the Delta episode, and my 3DS is sitting here on the thing next to me. I'll go find Omega Ruby. I rummage through a whole bunch of stuff. I find it, put it in my 3DS. Legitimately booted the game up for a minute. And the character model of the main character alone, I almost vomited. I turned it off. Oh my god. It's just so fucking ugly. Why? It's not even his face. It's like the weird proportions they used. It's like it's not chibi and it's not a regular character model. It's like his head is small and then his arms are really thick. It's like, what the why? Who did this? God, it's terrible.
That's how they look in fucking X and Y.
No, but in X and Y, their arms and their legs, they're really thin. They look chibi, which is a real style that people use for things. And their heads are kind of big. In Omega Ruby, the heads are oddly small compared to the really thick arms and bodies. And it just looks weird. And the character models look straight out of a PS2 game in Omega Ruby, whereas in X and Y, at least they looked like fucking characters. It's just fucking upsetting.
God.
I have some strong opinions about that game. I'm sorry.
No.
I can tell.
So we're putting it in C tier. There it goes. Whoa. All right, we're coming in on the home stretch.
It sounds like you're like out of breath.
I am. It took a lot out of me to get my feelings about Omega Ruby out. I'm very happy. Thank you for letting me de-stress. I will say, when the Deoxys music played and the triangle started moving around the screen, that was pretty hype, though. I'll say that. Alright, so we are on to Sun and Moon.
F. F.
Alright, no.
F. I had a Litten.
It's gotta go below X and Y. It's gotta go below.
I had a Litten. Listen, I had a Litten. The first fight I ever did, don't even ask me how, I got confused and paralyzed. I never went a turn again in my life. I never went, because after I died and I blacked out, I turned off the game and never touched it again.
Have you still never touched it?
I still never touched it. I never got a turn from my Litten. Litten never got to attack in its life.
Oh yeah, I forgot you've never beaten Son of...
I never got past the first fight. I got the most unlucky I've ever gotten in my life.
Honestly, you should try again.
I'll try again eventually.
That was the approach that I took with Sun and Moon recently, and I've been slowly trudging through it. Like, I legitimately have to say I have to take breaks. I can play it for a few hours, save, turn it off, put it to the side, not touch my 3DS for a week or two. Come back to it, play a little bit, not touch it for a week or two. And that's the formula that's been working for me. It's not that I don't enjoy it, I just feel like I need to take a break from it. I don't know what it is.
Alright, I will agree. There are some aspects that I'm not a fan of.
Let's get to the exact aspect that we were talking about before, the fucking rival.
Oh yeah, the rivals.
How?
However, I love Lily.
Oh, Lily is a saint. I love her.
She's a doll. I love her. Because it's so clear that her and the main person are doing it.
Oh yeah.
Not doing it, but they want to do it.
Oh yeah.
Especially, emotionally. Not physically, emotionally.
They play the little flute thing together. Too cute. Love it.
Yeah.
Lily made me feel like I had a nice friend who, might also do other things on the side.
You're gross.
I can be gross. That's okay.
That's disgusting.
But
you make me sick.
Chris, you're the gross one in this group.
Whoa. First of all, rude. Second of all, yeah.
But I love you anyway. It's okay.
Bruh.
Yeah?
Lily and my main character should do it
all the time, right?
All the fucking time.
But
no, where the fuck is my horse?
I think they're okay games. I don't think they're S tier. I don't think they're on par with Emerald or Diamond and Pearl in A tier.
No.
I think maybe D tier is a good place.
I'd give them a B.
A B?
Yeah. Do we have anything in D tier?
In which tier?
C.
C has Red and Blue and Yellow and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Oh yeah, okay.
And there's a lot of stuff in B, but it doesn't really matter what's where.
How's the story in Sun and Moon?
They're pretty good.
It's interesting. I actually don't hate the story. It's definitely more fleshed out than X and Y's.
There's cutscenes.
Yeah, that's the only annoying thing, and I think the worst part about the fact that there are cutscenes is when they're the characters' mouths are moving and there's text on the screen and there's no audio. It's just odd. It just feels out of place. Sometimes it doesn't happen a lot, but it happens in some cutscenes and it just feels weird. it just feels like, I don't know, it just feels odd. But not that it's a bad thing. I really enjoy the almost cinematic quality that some parts of Sun and Moon took on. I actually, if I'm being honest, I enjoyed the game up until I finished the last trial. Or the last Kahuna battle. Once I went to catch the legendary, I stopped enjoying it.
Yeah, that's what people keep telling me.
Which is odd, because it's really cool, but at the same time, like, the whole time it was going on, I was like, I hate this. So, I don't know. But, I don't know. I think they're okay. They're not terrible. So, what do you think, Chris? Do you have any opinions on Sun and Moon besides how great Lily is? And she is pretty great.
I think I already said, like, I'd give it a C.
Yeah.
A B, I mean.
B.
Because I think it's better than the original games. And, but, like, then again, I would also put X and Y in C.
Right.
But no, I would put it in D.
Right.
So...
Well, B tier has Gold, Silver, Crystal, Ruby, Sapphire, and Fire Red and Leaf Green in it.
Maybe I'd put it in C then.
Yeah, because C has Red, Blue, Yellow, Omega Ruby, and Alpha Sapphire in it. I think it's pretty much in that spot. I think is a good place for it.
Yeah. And then I'd put, X and Y in D.
X and Y is still in D. Alright, so we have Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
I haven't beaten it yet, so I can't really give a valid opinion.
Oh, okay. Well, I know things that happen late game and after the story.
Looks pretty awesome.
It looks pretty awesome. I will not say anything because they're pretty cool. What happens?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. You can't judge it. Move on.
But I can't judge it, so we'll move on.
None of us can, yeah.
So the last thing for this... Actually, I guess we could do this. Where do you think Pokemon Go goes on this list?
F.
I mean, I had fun playing Pokemon Go, but...
No.
No. Okay.
D.
D?
No, actually, I think F. I can't bring myself to play it, no.
Oh, I play it every once in a while. I think it's fun.
It's awful.
I can't bring myself to play it.
I honestly think it should go in D because F tier should be used solely for the next thing we're putting on the list because that's where it belongs by itself in F tier. So I think just for that fact we should put Pokemon Go in D.
Okay.
No, I'd put Pokemon Go in F2.
Alright. But I really enjoy Pokemon Go and I still play it. It's fun.
No,
I can't bring myself to play it.
Because it's not fun. It's fucking awful.
I look at it and I hear and I'm just like, no.
But have you heard the night music? The night music is really fun.
No, it's not.
Alright.
Playing that game is like getting told you have cancer over and over again.
It's not like that, but it's sickening.
I'm pretty sure it's like that.
Okay,
alright. I'm not going to put Pokemon Go on the list because it's not really considered a real game.
We're gonna put fucking we were gonna put Pokemon Ranger on the list, but we're not gonna put fucking Pokemon Go on the list.
We didn't put either of them, Chris.
Alright, fine.
Alright, so the last game on this list, I know we've all been waiting patiently for it. But it's a little something that you get with a game.
It's F. It's called Not Fun.
It's red and white. And it comes with a game from Gen 4. It's the Pokewalker.
What?
You know, the Pokewalker, the little clippy...
What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, stop trolling and get to the real last...
You know, the pedometer thing that comes with Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Chris, this joke isn't fucking landing. Go to the real one.
Okay, it's Let's Go.
F. Thank you.
D.
Thank you for watching this episode of the podcast.
Wait,
Pokemon Let's Go is the worst game that's ever been created in the Pokemon franchise. I'd rather watch my family get fucking slaughtered than play that fucking game.
Wait. Let's talk about why it's so bad. Let's give them a reasoning. Let's give the fans
a reason. Just one? You want me to give?
No. Let's give them our opinions on that game.
Oh, I'm gonna give them all the fucking reasons. Where do I fucking begin? Let's start with why the fuck is it Gen 1 again? Or better yet, why the fuck is it the worst version of Gen 1 where none of the Pokemon can learn any good fucking moves? What is this?
That's why it's
fucking 1990?
97?
Yes, apparently to them, yes.
Why are there no abilities? Why can't my starters evolve? Why are my starters fucking ass?
Why are there no held items?
Why is catching Pokemon the most broken way to level up ever?
Why is catching Pokemon apparently not as grindy as fighting Pokemon? Why is catching Pokemon boring as shit?
Why is catching Pokemon the only thing you can do?
Why did you base the entire basis of a main series game around a fucking app that doesn't work?
An app that didn't work for the first 3 months that it was out.
An app that still doesn't work. Don't give it credit.
But I like it.
Oh my god, Chris. It's awful. It's time you fucking understand.
I know it's awful, but I still like it.
Alright, well, that's the fucking problem. Stop liking it.
Here's another good one. Why the fuck are there fucking no Pokemon in that game? It's just the fucking original 151. You couldn't do anything creative or original or fun with it.
You couldn't put Crobat in it. You couldn't put Electivire or...
You couldn't put Crobat in it.
Crobat is like the topic of fucking... Like, why the fuck is it not in the game? What's wrong with you people?
If there's ever a game with Zubat and you can't get Crobat, what's the fucking point of having Zubat?
Why put Zubat in the game, right? Who actually in their right mind is like, my favorite Pokemon is Golbat? Listen, if you're
Crobat is literally the only fucking reason people give a shit about Zubat.
If you are watching my video and your favorite Pokemon is Golbat, leave. I don't want you. You're not allowed to watch my video. Get out.
What if their favorite Pokemon was Golbat because they loved hating it and now they just love it ironically?
No, they need to leave.
That's kind of how I feel about Jar Jar from fucking Star Wars. I think Jar Jar's hysterical. I think he's one of my favorite characters.
I mean, it's just so much fun to be like, they like look at the screen and be like, they put this fucking thing in the movie.
Misa, Misa, show you the way.
Oh man. But yeah, so there's our tier list. I will have it up on the screen for. I mean, you guys have been watching it be built as we go, but it'll be up on the screen for you guys. I think it's a pretty true list. I think everything here is pretty accurate. Like,
I mean, obviously we think that.
But I honestly think, like, I don't think there's many people that would disagree with this. I mean, I think X and Y could move up a little, but otherwise, I think it's pretty accurate.
Well, I mean, you also think Pokemon Go is a good game.
I think it's fun. I didn't say it was a good game. I like to be.
Oh my god, Chris.
Chris?
Yes.
Honestly, I wanted to see if it would work. I'm really happy.
What were you testing?
To see if everything would get quiet. I felt like
I would respond to my name.
I just, you know how like sometimes when like a teacher just yells to get everybody quiet. I wanted to see if that would work. It did. I'm really happy.
I'm glad that you're happy.
Yay!
I'm not so glad that you have a horrible taste in games, but.
Listen.
Anyway, thank you all for watching this episode.
Me and Chris are gonna end the podcast and then get into a very long argument.
It's not going to be an argument. It's going to be me telling you a bunch of things, and you're just going to be sitting there, being like, but Chris, and then I won't let you speak
Chris is
because
just,
I'm an asshole.
Chris is just going to keep yelling at me and making fun of me for like an hour or two.
I'm not going to make fun of you. I'm just going to tell you why you're fucking wrong.
Chris, you make fun of me all the time. It's fun.
I have never made fun of you in my life.
Chris, that's a really funny one day late April Fool's joke.
I would never make a joke that would make one of my friends uncomfortable. The fucking gall.
I think I can quote Al on this one. That's a load of barnacles.
That's not actually what's gonna happen after this video. We're just gonna look at memes.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we do. I stockpile.
Probably.
I spend all the time that I'm not working stockpiling as many memes as possible, and then I just send them all and we laugh like idiots for like an hour and a half. It's really fun. I honestly think we could turn that into a series and people would watch it, but who knows? If you want to see me and my friends laugh at dumb memes that I find, let me know. It can't be that hard to make that into a video. But
PewDiePie does it.
Yeah, that's the only thing PewDiePie does. He just makes videos of him looking at memes.
I don't know why.
It's insane that he's the #1 most subscribed YouTuber.
Hashtag subscribe to PewDiePie.
No hate to you, PewDiePie. It legitimately boggles my mind. Whatever. Before this podcast gets crazy long, I would like to
How long have we been going?
What's 45 plus 45?
90.
So like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's about standard.
Yeah. We're staying on track, making these about the same length. I'm very proud of us. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us. This has been the third episode of Star Inari and Friends podcast. Hopefully
Wait,
more.
what number?
3.
Third. I thought you said the 4th. I was like, no, what the fuck? I wasn't here for the first one then.
We can't record without the entire crew here.
I wasn't here for one of those. That's the number.
It's insane to me that we already have 3 of these recorded. At the moment, I'm editing the second one, and then this one will go up after that. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Any final words, Chris?
I hate Pokemon Go.
Mm-hmm.
I hate Pokemon Let's Go. And
you hate any Pokemon game with the word "go" in it? Seems like.
Yes, Pokemon and Go in the same sentence.
My favorite Pokemon is Feraligatr.
Heck yeah.
My least favorite Pokemon is, we can discuss that in another episode, I guess.
But yeah, this is gonna be the first time I do something like this, but if you're a fan and somehow you're talented in the arts, which, I mean, I don't know too many people that even watch my stuff, but if you are talented in the arts and you feel so inclined, draw some fan art. Chris's favorite Pokemon is Feraligatr.
Fucking A-rated.
Al, do you have any closing words along with your favorite Pokemon?
Wait, what? You cut off.
I said, do you have any closing words and also your favorite Pokemon at the end, like Chris did?
I play Pokemon Go every day.
Okay, well, Al is losing his fucking mind.
Alright, my favorite Pokemon.
I actually don't think I know this about you.
Yeah, you do. And it's Blastoise.
Oh shit, it is Blastoise.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'll be completely honest, I'm a horrible friend. I did not know that.
I thought it was Squirtle, so I was close, but...
It's my mom's favorite Pokemon.
Yeah.
Say that's your mom's favorite Pokemon?
Yeah, Squirtle's my mom's favorite Pokemon.
Aw.
That's adorable.
I love that.
Yeah, it's her favorite because it says Squirt.
Wow.
Because because he goes squirt, squirt, squirt.
Squirt, squirt. And I have been Star Inari, but you can call me Chris. And my favorite Pokemon, geez, I have a lot, but
Chikorita.
Probably Apom, actually.
I thought it was Furret.
I love Furret. If I was gonna be a Pokemon, I would be Furret, but Apom is my favorite.
Okay.
But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please join us again for whatever the next video may be. Maybe it'll be a podcast. Maybe it'll be an actual video. More than likely it'll be a stream upload because maybe I'll do that. I don't know. But whatever it is...
The next video featuring all three of us will almost certainly be a podcast.
Most likely. Unless we record that serial thing, but that won't be in for like the end of this month, so... It'll definitely be a podcast.
Yeah,
You're
that's
right.
coming up.
Yeah.
Indeed, Rudy.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Oh shit, is that a Birdman? It's a Birdman!
Oh, there's a Birdman in Chris's house. And on that note, thank you so much for watching.
Already.
And also thank you to our wonderful sponsor Axe for
Thank you, Axe, for sponsoring this video. You enjoyed talking about Pokemon Go.
And also more prolonging and stalling outros that we don't need in our...